Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're doing another character guide, and today's is going to be Rufus Buck, so Idris Elba's character from The Harder They Fall. And I've been getting a lot of requests to do outfits from The Harder They Fall, so I figured I might as well go for the whole schmlagaggle. So we're going to be doing the gun customization, outfit, hair and facial hair, and even the character creation. So I'll show you how to make your character look as much like his as I can. Now obviously I'm not super great at the facial customization, so I think it looks pretty decent, but it's obviously not perfect. But with all that in mind, if at any point during this video you find yourself enjoying it or finding it useful, please go ahead and leave a like and comment something down in the description, as well as subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. But with all that in mind, let's just dive on into it and start off with the weapon customization. Alright, and so for Rufus Buck's guns, he's got a matched set of what I believe are Remington 1875 revolvers. So obviously the Remington 1875 does not exist in Red Dead Online, which I believe is a travesty, and I think it should be remedied immediately because it's my all-time favorite gun of the Wild West. But anyway, and apparently Rufus Buck's too. But anyway, the best way to try to come up with an alternative for that is to go with the Cattleman revolver, because the Colt Single Action Army revolver and the Remington 1875 were very, very similar in both appearance and the way that they work. So this is definitely the best gun to imitate the Remington 1875. So the way that you do this is you go with the long barrel, you do the improved rifling, improved sights, the pearl grip, then we're going to do full Baroque engraving and give it the gold inlay, and then all gold metal for the entire gun. So we're going to be obviously gold trigger, sight, hammer, frame, cylinder, and barrel. And this is a very expensive build, costing 30 gold bars, so if you change it to this, you're likely not to want to change it back. And this is what I like to call the Griefer's paradise for this outfit, because Griefers really love to go with the solid gold look for their guns. And to be fair, it doesn't look bad. I think the Single Action Army revolver, or the Cattleman in the game, is one of the few guns in Red Dead Online that actually looks pretty dang good being solid gold. It's obviously too gaudy for like my tastes. I don't personally like it that much, but that's just because I don't like my guns to be that flashy. But this does a really, really good job of capturing the look of Rufus Buck's guns from the movie The Harder They Fall. Now obviously the Remington 1875 has a reinforced fin underneath the barrel that goes from the frame of the gun almost all the way to the tip of the gun, and we can't imitate that unfortunately, but other than that, this is basically perfect for how his guns look. And so you just do two of these, a match set perfect like this, and you have the guns for Rufus Buck. So that's guns. Let's move on to the outfit. Alright, and so here we have my best attempt at recreating Rufus Buck's iconic outfit from the film. Now obviously he wears multiple different outfits. At one point a striped jumpsuit, I think is what you call it there, for people in prison, and at one point it was one with a black jacket, but this is the one that he's pretty iconic for, and if you look him up on Google, this is going to be the one that you see most of the results for. So I think it turned out pretty dang good, but let's just go through all the items that make up this outfit. So the hat is probably the only point of contention, but I think this one looks pretty well. I went with the clean black stalker hat. It's pretty dang close to the style he wears. His is a little bit thinner, and the crown of his crimson just a little bit more in the front, but other than that, this is actually pretty dang close to what his hat looks like. So the stalker hat is the hat I went with. So for the coat, there are basically three good options, and I decided to go with the red shotgun coat because it's the most vivid of the three, and his coat is very bright in the film. Now this one doesn't match the style as well as maybe both of the other ones do, but like I said, the color is more bright, and that's what I thought was more important for the outfit. So like I said, I think the red shotgun coat is the best option, but if you don't have this one, or you don't like it, or whatever your reasoning is, there are two other alternatives that work pretty well. The red variant of the classic frock coat is probably closer to the style, the only difference being it has the black on the top of the collar, whereas his is all red, but this one is probably closer to the style and looks a little bit fancier in my opinion. So this might be a better alternative for some people. Like I said, I considered it, but I think I like the brightness of the shotgun coat better. And the red duster coat would also work. I think this one's probably the worst of the three. It goes down a little bit too far, like on the legs. It's the least fancy of the three, and it's also not very bright. So like I said, it would work for the outfit if you already have it or something, but I think out of the three options that I've shown you, it's the one that works the least with the outfit, at least if you're trying to be accurate to how it looked in the movie. But yeah, so that's the coat. So in the film, he wears a clean black vest. It doesn't have any lapels. It buttons up, doesn't seem to have pockets on it or anything. I went with this 15th variant of the opulent vest just because I think it looks the best with the outfit, is the fanciest of all the options. I think, in my opinion, comes the closest to looking like his. Like I said, it's got a couple things that aren't perfect, like the leather lining and the gold buttons and stuff, and it does have lapels, unlike his, and pockets, but I still think it looks the best. But there are two other options that also work pretty well. The plain black Richfield vest works very well. Now, the only problem with this one is that it has the 2 rows of buttons. His only has 1 row of buttons, but other than that, this one one is probably the best option because it doesn't have lapels and it's plain black, just like his, so no extra ornamentation on it. So I could see an argument being made for the Richfield vest actually being the best way to go. And of course, the last option is the black paisley vest. This one, unfortunately, has lapels, but they do blend in a little bit better, and it is black, and it only has a single row of buttons, but it does have the paisley design on it, which throws it off a little bit. So yeah, between those three vests, it's really dealer's choice. I just like the way the opulent vest looks the best. Then for the shirt, I went with the white everyday shirt. Really, any clean white shirt would do, especially if you're able to pop open the collar, but I think the plain white everyday shirt is probably the best option. Then for weapon equipment, I went with the black sharpshooter gun belt and the matching offhand holster. Now, the picture I based this outfit on, he's not wearing a gun belt. I based the gun belt and the offhand holster off of the scene where he gets broken out of prison and they give him his guns, like his gang gives him his guns. So I was basing it off that. It appears to be a black belt with bullet loops, and it appears to be somewhat fancier. So that's why I went with this one, because I think it matched it the best. And that's also why I included an offhand holster, because he has a matched set of guns and he had two holsters on his belt when they handed it to him. So that's the weapon equipment. Then for the pants, I chose to go with the black tuxedo pants. Now they probably don't match the rough and tumble style that he does during the movie, but in the picture that I based this off of, they do appear to be pretty clean pleated pants, and they are black, so I think the black tuxedo pants are the best option. If you don't want to use these because they look a little bit too fancy or whatever your reasoning is, there is another alternative. The clean black clerk pants would also work. They're clean and they're uniform, so they also match the outfit, but they're not quite as fancy as the tuxedo pants. So both of those options I think work, but I think the tuxedo pants look just a little bit better. And then I wasn't able to find like a still picture that accurately, like clearly showed his boots, but when I was watching one of the scenes, it looked like he was wearing black boots that looked a lot like the Warren Roper's boots, and they didn't appear to be very worn down, so that's why I decided to go with these. And I'm pretty sure that consistently throughout the movie, he keeps them tucked under his pants. So the sixth variant of the Warren Roper's boots are the footwear that I recommend going with. And so there you have the full outfit, and I think looking side by side, it looks an awful lot like it. I think we were able to do a pretty dang good job of adapting this outfit. Like I said, there's a couple different options for most of the pieces here. It's a pretty generic looking outfit as far as a lot of the components go. So there's 2 options for the pants, 3 for the vest, a half dozen for the shirt, and 3 for the coat. So this outfit could be varied in a lot of different ways. But I think this specific combination that I've got on right in front of you here is the best out of all those options. That's all for the outfit. I'm not going to do any other variations because I think this one's the most iconic. But now let's move on to hair and facial hair, and then we'll do the character creation itself. So for hair, I ended up going with the buzzed hairstyle. I was going to do the short curly afro, but it looks a little bit too long. I think he's got really short hair in the film, but isn't like shaved clean most of the time. So I think the buzzed haircut looks the best, especially with the hat on, because otherwise it just adds a little bit too much and it doesn't look quite as much like him. So that's why I went with this one. Otherwise, the bald look would work as well, and so would the short curly afro in the black color. So that is hair. For facial hair, the black color for the Reverend style seems to be the best way to go. Unfortunately, we can't go any shorter than this because Idris Elba's beard in the movie is a little bit shorter and closer cropped than this. This is the best option we have. So that's hair and facial hair. All right, so here we have the general appearance, and I think, like I said, it's not 100% perfect, but I think it comes pretty dang close. I think it looks pretty similar to Idris Elba. So you can see I went with the 17th heritage option, the darkest skin tone for that one. Made him 50 for age, body build of average. I considered going with brawny because Idris Elba's a big guy, but it makes him look too fat. So like, it makes him look bigger, yes, but also fatter. So I think average is the best way to go. I went with the darkest brown eye color because I think it matches his in real life the best, and I did the low eyebrows because they obviously match the best. So now I'm just going to show you through the custom sliders. I'll give you a little bit of time on each one, so if you want to follow along, you can. And of course, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause the video or just go into your video settings and slow down the playback speed as low as necessary. But let's just get to it. And so there you have it, the full character creation. Like I said, I think it turned out pretty good. It's obviously not perfect. I'd love to see what someone a lot more talented than I can do with this, because it's always cool to see how good people are at doing the face modeling in this game. But with all that in mind, that is the full guide for Rufus Buck. So if you followed this guide, you should be able to have your weapons look exactly like his, your outfit look exactly like his, and your character look exactly like him. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.